Hey, everybody. What is going on? We are on day 5. We are live, and I am so excited about today. Today is the last day of the 5-day challenge. I hope you guys were able to join me for all 4 sessions. If you were not, go ahead and watch the other sessions. Go back. They are definitely posted on my YouTube. You can get to my YouTube by going to SamaraMichelleConsulting.com. It's right there. And clicking and subscribing to YouTube, and they are up on the YouTube channel the last 4 days already. Go ahead and join our email list, and you will get them in your inbox for you to enjoy at your leisure. You don't even have to go find them anywhere. But today is a special day because I'm going to give you guys the secrets to what's been going on with me. I'm going to tell you a little bit about my story. Those of you that don't know, I know some of you guys know pieces. But I want to give you guys some of the secrets to my success. And I feel super duper successful. I'm letting everybody know that I am live, and we're gonna get going. Um, this has been a journey. And I'm starting with this has been a journey because my first business was Journey. It was called Journey Performing Arts Center. And some of you guys know me back from the Journey days. If you are watching me now or on the replay and you remember Journey, you could say Journey, yay. We used to say that all the time. And just I'm from Detroit, Michigan, and I grew up, from humble beginnings. I did not have a lot. My mom and dad, neither one of them graduated from high school on time. And so education was super important to them. I always went to really good schools, but I also, we didn't have a lot. We didn't have a lot of money. And I went to dance on scholarship at Detroit Windsor Dance Academy in Detroit. And I was on scholarship, and it was a nonprofit. And that was my first understanding of what a nonprofit was. I worked there. I had three jobs in high school. I worked at my dance school. I worked at McDonald's, and I worked at a Chinese restaurant. And also I worked the Chinese restaurant, and I worked at a Greek restaurant. They were both small businesses, so I knew the owners of the business. And I worked at McDonald's, and I worked at my dance studio. So I worked at one of those restaurants and the dance studio at the same time. And people that know me from high school, a lot of them are on my page and still support me now. And know I used to sell candy at school. So I was always super hustling. People know me for working. When I went to college, I came to Clark Atlanta University. I was working. And I'm telling you guys this story because I want you to understand that we all live life, and we all have our trajectory of what we think life is going to be, and then what it actually is. I went to school to be a teacher, and I was a school teacher in Cobb County. But it wasn't fulfilling my needs of what I wanted to pour into children and pour into the community, because school systems require you to kind of teach and educate their way, which that it's their school system. They can do what they want to do, but for me, I really wanted to pour into kids in a different way. So education has always been important to me. I've been a teacher since I was little, and so I decided that I was going to quit my job. I had a stable teaching job. I was on the trajectory to be an assistant principal, and I quit. I left. I started doing real estate, and I decided that I was going to be an entrepreneur. And I just quit. I was in my 20s, so I didn't have any kids, and I didn't have any real responsibilities. I had a mortgage. I had already bought a house, and I left, and I decided I'm going to do this on my own. And in hindsight, which is 2020, I probably could have stayed a little longer and planned a little better. So I opened my first business, and I opened my first business in 2007. If you guys, remember any timeline, that's also right around when the real estate market crashed and the recession hit. And I was caught all up in that. Starting a business, running a business during a recession, trying to make ends meet. I wrote my first 501c3 for myself, and I started my business, and I was kind of doing everything, free marketing, free this, free that, just trying not to spend any money, just kind of floating through, doing what I thought I needed to do. And I was drowning, just to be frank. I mean, I was drowning. And I learned recently that I was doing good. I was doing a good job, but I had some pieces missing. And so I ended up with pretty much with nothing. I mean, I didn't have money. I had life issues. I couldn't afford my car note. I couldn't afford my bills. I was stuck in a place, which makes me, I'm telling you guys all of this to let you know kind of how I started, and just how there wasn't a lot of money for me to start the business. And even after I started the business, I didn't have a lot of money to rebuild the business. And I know that's a place that a lot of my clients start. It's just not a lot of money. It's not a lot of time. So I was working while I was running the business. I was trying to rebuild my life and my credit and everything, because I just went, all the way into the business. But I didn't know what I didn't know. I thought I had a plan. I really did. And now I understand that I did not have a plan. I did not have a real plan. I had some things written, but it wasn't enough, and it wasn't included. And I met the first coach that I ever hired. I met a nonprofit coach, and she helped me and made me realize like some of the holes that were missing. And because I am an educator, because I am a teacher, I deep dived into that. And so I started writing 501c3s for people. And that's how I started consulting. It's kind of how I'm here before you today, sharing my information. And so since then, I've helped hundreds of people um, start their businesses and start their nonprofits. But believe it or not, I didn't formalize Samara Michelle Consulting until the pandemic, because I have a whole nonprofit that I run, and I've been running since 2007, where we go out into schools and programs and we teach. And so when I first started, I didn't understand finances. I used to create my budget with whatever I thought it was supposed to be. It didn't really have any meat to it. People would talk about funding and they would talk about financials. I just didn't understand it. I didn't know what they were talking about, and I would fake the funk. And I'm being super transparent with you guys because I know that's where a lot of you guys are. I know that's where a lot of you guys, sometimes I'm like, ask me questions. And people don't ask questions because they don't want other people to see what they don't know. But I'm here to tell you it's important to ask those questions. It's important to get the answers. If you want to have a business, if you want to live a life of entrepreneurship and the freedoms that come along with it, then you have to find out what's what. And so I run a thriving nonprofit now. We're in Atlanta and we're in Detroit, which is my hometown and where I live now. And so we plan to expand out to other states as well. And I service hundreds of nonprofits a year. And I have about 15 people currently in my coaching program, nonprofits that profit. And so I tell you guys this because this journey is hard. My journey was hard, but my journey has been fulfilling. And I'm going to share with you some things that have kept me going and kept me in business, because even though I had lots and lots of bumps in the road, I have been doing, I have been in business for 15 years. And so haven't had to shut down. I've had to restructure. I've had to, move things. I've even had to get a job. But in the midst of that, I've learned, I've grown. And in order to get on the other side where you are thriving and you are able to live off of the income without having another job, you have to stay in it. And so that's what I'm going to talk to you about today. I'm going to share those things with you. So let me work on my tech. And so these are my secrets to success. Um and I just told you guys my story. And so we'll move beyond me, and I'm going to talk to you about how I get it done. These are my steps. Okay. So one, I goal plan. I'm a goal setter, planner. The second thing is my schedule, um, support, and then balance and boundaries. And I'm gonna talk to you guys about each one of those things. And I'm gonna talk about being actionable and purposeful with those things. Okay. So, number one, you have to set goals. Okay. You have to set goals. You cannot set goals that are up in the air. So, a business goal, if you're going to set a business goal, these are SMART goals. This is a way for you to figure out if you have a goal that you're going to be able to reach. So, you need to be specific. What is the goal? You can't just say, I want to start a business. What You need to be specific. Who, what, when, where. I'm going to start a business. I'm going to start a food truck business. It needs to be measurable. I'm going to start a food truck business by 2023. It needs to be attainable. Is that attainable? Because sometimes we set goals and they're not attainable or realistic or relevant or realistic. Like for example, if you say, I'm going to start a food truck business at January 1st, 2023, I'm going to have the everything, the recipes, the truck, and you don't even know anything about food truck. That's not really attainable. Like you only have a month or 2 months. So you want to make sure that you're talking about that. It's relevant, it makes sense for what you're doing. And then you also have to make sure that you have a month, a day, a year, a timeline on it. Because if you just set a goal without a timeline, it's hard for it to be measurable. It's hard for you to see if it's going to happen. It's hard for you to check it off, right? And so when you're setting goals, you shouldn't just set one goal. You need to set a couple of goals, okay? And so I try to set yearly big goals. I set monthly goals. I set weekly goals, and I set daily goals. And I know y'all are like, what? But the daily goals end up coming, they're down to, that's kind of like my to-do list. But it's not nailed down all the way to the to-dos, but it's a goal, right? So my goal today might be to complete my 5-day challenge. And that's it, right? That's my goal for today. My goal for the month of November might be, to successfully launch my Black Friday deals, right? My goal for the year for my consulting program was to make sure I had multiple digital products available for my clients, right? So it's big, big goals. Yes, they're attainable. Yes, they're specific. Those are goals you want to set. You want to make sure you have goals so you can measure where you're going. This is important because I'm going to talk about how we don't have a boss, y'all. When you're an entrepreneur, you don't have a boss. You are the boss. And so there's accountability that you don't have and that you don't have to have. I'm always like, who gonna check me, boo? Nobody. Nobody's going to check and see if Samara Michelle Consulting is running smoothly. Nobody is going to check to see if Youth Enrichment Services is running smoothly. I'm in charge. So if I miss a deadline, nobody is going to question it. So that's why this next thing is important. You have to have a schedule. I hear so many entrepreneurs say, I want to start my own business so I can make my own schedule. That's great, but you have to make a schedule, right? Your schedule can't be like, I get up in the morning and I float around and figure it out once I get up. Because when you do that, you set yourself up for disaster. Okay. The whole day can be gone. The whole week can be gone without anything getting accomplished if you do that. Now, many early entrepreneurs, you guys still have jobs, and that's totally normal. And it is what it is. And even if you don't have a job, you may already contract consult. You may already, do some contract work or things that are for yourself, or maybe you take care of a loved one. Well, you have some responsibilities, right? So whatever those responsibilities are, you have to do them. So you're starting a business, you have to start the business on top of it, right? So a schedule is important, okay? If you do not have a schedule, get one now. I operate under a work schedule every single day and week. Has to be a disciplined schedule. Nobody is going to check me and make sure that I get where I'm supposed to be, right? So have a disciplined schedule. With that schedule, I recently started something over the last year that has helped me tremendously. I've always kind of operated on a schedule, but after I had kids, um, it's been mornings have been difficult for me. It's hard for me to get going. I'm not in the right headspace starting my day. So I had to start a morning routine that includes exercise. So I'm exercising every morning. I take some time to do my to-do list. I sit and drink my coffee and eat breakfast. I wasn't doing these things before. Everything was always on the go. But now that I have that routine, it takes about an hour and a half for me to do the routine, but it is I mean, it's amazing. I work out, then I shower, I get my coffee, I sit with my to-do list, which I'm gonna add journaling to that. But it really centers me so I can start my day and hit the ground running. Um, and then I have my work schedule, and then I end my day just like somebody ends that clocks in. Now, I'm the boss, so I have things that come up after my work schedule, but I have a certain I might stop working at 3 or 4 to go pick up my kids, but I don't do any work after 7 p.m. My staff's not calling me. It's not 24/7, and this is something that I've decided. Your schedule can start at noon and end at midnight as long as it's your schedule, but it should be a disciplined schedule and you should operate underneath it. Be honest with yourself. Don't say you're going to work on your business for 3 hours a day and you don't have 3 hours a day. Literally write down the hours and figure out what you have and be honest. Don't say that you're going to go work out every morning for an hour and a half. You know you're not going to get up and do it. Start with 15 minutes. Start with 30 minutes and add towards that. Be honest with yourself, cuz it's only you that you um upset. I don't like to use the word fail because these are all lessons for us, but it affects you when you don't check off that item that you created. So start it from a place of honesty from the beginning. Batch activities. If I am going to run errands and I have to be out the house, then I'm gonna try to do everything I have to do while I'm running around town. Or if I have meetings, all my meetings are on one day. I schedule coaching calls, sales calls, all that stuff in one day or 2 days, depending on how busy I am. But I put them all together. Why? Because if I have a coaching call and I have a client call, And then I try to get some work done. If I try to write some emails or create some content, my headspace is not right. I'm already in a talking mode, not doing mode. So it ends up being, I'm not zoned in. If I'm working on a project, like if I'm creating a new product, I do that all in one day. If I'm doing videos, I record videos all in one day. Like, your brain needs you to focus the energy into those things, and you can plan that way. And then the next thing is, I try to always meet my own deadlines. Honor your deadlines. I always say the plan is a good plan. Whatever you plan, hold to it. Keep to it. Honor yourself. And I will say this. We are very, very good about keeping a schedule when we are at work and for our children and for other people outside of ourselves. But for ourselves and our business, we let it slip by the wayside. You have to treat yourself as good as you treat everybody else in this schedule phase, because that's where it goes kind of left. The next thing is support. So I'm giving you guys the things that I suggest to my clients and I use myself. Okay. So number one reason entrepreneurs have challenges and troubles is because they're doing too many things themselves. You have to get support. Get support. Get support. Hire some staff. Get an assistant. Get somebody to take on tasks that you don't have to do yourself, right? I can't farm out my coaching yet. I might be able to hire some coaches later, but for the moment, I do all of my coaching, right? But that doesn't mean that I have to write all of my emails. That does not mean I have to respond to all the customer questions. So hire some staff, hire an assistant, hire somebody, and you don't have to hire full time. You can get a virtual assistant. It could be 10 hours a week. It could be 5 hours a week to do multiple tasks for you. Get contractors, farm out stuff that you are not seasoned at. If you don't understand marketing and you can't do, if it's beyond basic marketing that you need, get a marketing consultant or contractor. Consultants usually teach you how to do the work. Contractors will do it for you. So get some done for you services. Now, remember, everything can't be done for you. So that's why you have to get a coach. You have to get a consultant. There are some things in your business that you have to learn and you have to do. When you get a coach and consultant, you have to be ready to work. You're going to work in your business regardless. You're going to work on your business regardless. But with a coach and a consultant, you can work on the things that you need to work on instead of working on things that you're guessing to work on. Like, should I do this? Should I do that? I'm on YouTube. It's 8 videos talking about this. Which one is right? Who is right? Get a trusted coach or consultant to help you out. I do. This is one, I'm telling you guys my secrets, and I absolutely keep a coach all the time. And I know some people are like, well, how do you have a coach and you're going to coach us? So I have a coach for me and for my level of success. Now, coaches bring accountability, they bring knowledge that you don't have. So when I'm leveling up my business, I get a coach so I can level up my business. Sometimes you can get a general coach, and then sometimes you can get it in the specific area of need that you need for your business. When you are early on, you do want to get somebody that has knowledge of the entire business process, and not necessarily in your industry per se, depending on what you're starting and what industry you're starting, because business coaches can help you launch, and then as you elevate, you can get someone more specific, because it all depends on your budget as well. So that's going to be helpful to you. Okay, you guys are on here, like, post, comment. Feel free to interact, ask questions. If you're on the replay, you can do the same. Okay. So the next thing that I do to get all of this done. And I think this is the most important thing. And it was the hardest lesson for me to learn. So I'm going to share it with you is balance and boundaries. When I first started my business, back when I told y'all when I crashed and burned and I was all over the place, I didn't have any balance. I was working 24/7. You hear many, many people advise new entrepreneurs that you don't close, you work for yourself, you 24 hours. I do not believe in that. You can't get me 24 hours. I don't answer questions from clients 24 hours a day because I want to give you guys good answers and I want to give you my best self. And in order to do that, I have to get some sleep. I have to spend time with my children and my husband, and I have to fill the cup back up. I have to, go to the movies and get massages and take trips. And so you guys need to do the same. You need to make sure you have a balanced life, that you don't miss everything because you're an entrepreneur. Now, are there days that I have to work in the evening? Absolutely. Are there times when I am trying to meet some deadline and I'm working, working, working? Absolutely. But that is not my normal schedule and it is not my normal life. And I do not suggest you guys do that, because if you notice, if you work 8, 10 hours, 12 hours, half of that time you're not even working. It's not even focused energy. You're scrolling, you don't have your whole brain on, you're just acting like you're doing tasks. That's what I call it. Get 4 hours of full focus and be done. Um, that is going to be more beneficial to you and your business than ever. And don't let things just hold over your head, because if you um spend all your time thinking about work and thinking about the business, then it's not your best thoughts. You have to go away from it and come back. And then the second thing is boundaries. You have to say no. You have to be able to say no. You have to be able to say no. I'm saying it a couple of times on purpose. Say no. You can't do everything, and your business can't do everything. If you have a business that sells candles and somebody approaches you and is like, I really, really think you need to be selling pillows too, and you not planning on selling pillows, don't get in no partnership with the pillow people, because you're going to go down a rabbit hole that you don't need to go down, right? You also have to just say no to client requests and things that, if you don't do done for you services, if you're a consultant and you don't write resumes, but someone knows that you can, don't make up services that you do. You have to have boundaries, because the only way that you can be your best business owner is for you to be the best at what you do. Don't try to do everything, because it's going to burn you out. No balance, no boundaries equals burnout. Period. You have to have balance and you have to have boundaries. And also, if you work a full-time job and you have your business, you have to have boundaries surrounding the work that you do. If you work 40 hours and you are paid for 40 hours, then work 40 hours and get paid for 40 hours and be amazing at that job that you do for those 40 hours. But when it's time to go, you need to go so you can have time for your business. And so that is where balance and boundaries come in. And that is important. It is what it is. And then I'm going to talk about my secret sauce and I'm going to get off of here. Now, this is the secret, y'all. These are a few words that I go by, live by. There are more, but at the heart of all of this, you can have time management, you can have your schedule in order, you can have all of the nuts and bolts in order. And I believe that these things in small business is what keeps me going. And you guys are on here listening to my secrets of success. So I give myself grace. You have to forgive yourself. You have to forgive yourself. If you don't know something, if you make a mistake, there are going to be mistakes. you're going to make a mistake. You're going to lose some money. You're going to not make the perfect decision, but it is the decision that you're making at the time. And it is okay, because this is a marathon, not a sprint. Give yourself grace. Give yourself lots of grace. My family, my support system, my circle, they pour into me. I get my cup filled. So, in order for me to do all of this work, in order for you to be able to do that, you have to have family and your inner family, your support, making sure that they are with you and they don't have to do tasks for you and they don't have to buy your products and buy your services to be with you. But just supporting you in the same ways that they would when you're in school or in college or whatever. Faith. I definitely believe in God. I believe in a higher power. I believe that I have to walk with purpose and have to have integrity in my business. I have to honor my clients and honor the kids. And I believe that's the secret sauce that comes to what I'm doing. It's the heart. And just being loving to people. And don't forget that just because you're doing business and just because things are professional does not mean that your heart doesn't have to be in it. If you have a no refund policy and you know you need to give a person a refund, give them a refund. The energy behind that is what's important, right? And so I'm not saying go against all your policies all the time, because you really should stick to what you're doing, but you also have to make sure that your heart is in the business, and it doesn't have to drive the business, because heart will get us got, but you have to make sure that it's in your business. I hope that this 5-day challenge has helped you in some way. Please let me know in the group, let me know in the chat if any of these points helped you, if any of this resonates with you. It's helpful to me to know that the trainings are working. This was a 5-day free training, y'all. This training is definitely worth at least $500. I trained for 2.5 hours for sure. It was 30 minutes a day. So I want you guys to write down, take some action. I'm the action coach. Tell me how it's going for you. And please visit my website, Samara Michelle Consultant. I have all my Black Friday deals up. I'm going to talk to you just briefly about my services. I help nonprofits get your 501c3. So if you need to get your 501c3, I have a self-submission tutorial. You can go in, you can watch the videos. I will teach you, train you on how to get your incorporation, your EIN, your 501c3 application completed from start to finish and submitted. That is on sale. It's 50% off on the website. I also have my Nonprofits That Profit program. I have 2 ways that you can engage with me. I have basic service and premium service. So it's with ongoing coaching or without. Either way, you're going to get help. It depends on what you need for your business. And then I have, for my existing clients, my existing business owners, I have the Get Money Mastermind that's starting in January. I'm going to work with you on grants and government contracts, and I'm going to make sure that we get straight to the money. So that's why it's called Get Money Mastermind. Last thing, my free grant writing class is tomorrow at 1 p.m., November 19th at 1 p.m. So if you're watching this live, it's tomorrow at 1 p.m. You can register for that at SamaraMichelleConsulting.com. I'm going to teach you all about grants and how to get grants for your small business or your nonprofit. It's for both. And I also, for my for-profit business, I have an amazing partner, Nicholas Marquis, that will help you launch your business. He helps you get straight to the money. He has a couple of different ways that you can engage with him. I'm his partner, so I help you with the grants and money part. So you guys, go to SamaraMichelleConsulting.com. If you're not sure how I can help you, but you know you need help, go ahead and click on the apply to work with me. It's going to be a short questionnaire, and then me and my team will contact you, and we'll help you direct you on which way to engage. But I help clients go from a business idea all the way through to their launch and beyond. I had a call yesterday that one of my clients that I helped a month ago just got a $2,000 grant and a $6,000 grant. I my client 2 months ago got a $45,000 grant. We are getting to the money. We are launching our businesses. We're doing good work in my coaching program. And so I want you to think about, if you want to engage with me, if you're starting your business for 2023, if you need help, if you've been looking for direction, I'm your girl. I can help you. If you got all this help for free, imagine what I do for my clients. We in there. We're making it happen. And so I thank you for spending this time with me. I've enjoyed the week. It was 9 a.m. and 9 a.m. is not the time I normally start. This is normally my wind up time, and I go a little later. But now I get up at 6 o'clock. Y'all, I have little kids, but I don't know. I'm not normally fresh and ready for the public at 9 o'clock. So I really I stretched to do this, but I enjoyed it. It was amazing. And please put in the comments just anything, because I love the feedback. I love to interact, and I'm definitely here to answer your questions. So visit SamaraMichelleConsulting.com. If you want to email us, it's hello@SamaraMichelleConsulting.com. And I look forward to working with you. I'm excited about 2023, and I'm excited about the new businesses that you guys are going to start. I'll see you later.